Okay. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Actually, I'm not ready. Fuck.
I don't think Neil's ready yet either. He's still leveling up.
Yeah, but we can do the RP thing while he's leveling up.
True.
The RP thing doesn't involve Caius.
Oh.
There's the music. Those of you who like to listen.
It's pretty too.
Hey, look, there's no on fire village this time.
How did the map get pushed?
No, he's talking about the gift.
No.
Oh, the music,
Yeah.
Might be getting pushed now because I'm lagging a bit.
All right, Kyrie, where'd you put your points?
Oh, I'm lagging.
We're all getting a bit of lag. There we go.
Okay.
1 and 2, Valhalla Codex 3.
One into the next victorious encounter. Okay. One into Valhalla Codex 3.
Wild Purge was boosted to 3. Ruinous Warcry was boosted to 4.
Wild Rupture?
Yeah, Wild Rupture. Sorry, Wild Purge was boosted to 3.
Wild Purge was boosted to 3. Okay.
Yeah, so that one's 2. That's 2 ability charges now. And
One more universal, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Did you increase your health?
I did, yeah.
The other one was Ruinous Warcry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might max it, actually. I think that'll be useful. Yeah, I'll max it. Why not?
The quote on it.
That's it. That's everything.
Okay. Okay, the character's leveled. As per request. In the Order Hall of Light that is inside Castle Cornelia in New Atlantis, Amadeus just kind of sits quietly and waits for his allies to begin their Colosseum trial as his phone / communicator begins to ring.
In the Sam Hell, god damn it! I'll flip it open.
What is Sam Hell? Asked Trawas.
Some Earth expression. You wouldn't get it.
No, I don't. I can't wait to go back to freaking my planet where I understand things.
Did you answer it?
Yep, I'll answer it.
Ah, Amadeus.
Who is speaking?
This is Rin.
Oh, damn, man, how you doing?
Quite well, in fact. You're a hard man to get a hold of.
Well, to be fair, the universe is blowing up, so that's how these things go.
To hear Zeramar tell it, we are quite safe.
Yeah, we're fine, but the rest of us aren't. Not the ones in space.
Ah, I see. To be a warrior of light, then. Well, I will not keep you over long. I have an offer for you, a proposition.
Okay.
I hear whispers of Torbad putting forth a motion within the Council of Sovereigns that will make running my Merchants Guild difficult with the current management that I have employed at Limblum.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are a warrior of light and a man after my own heart, I was calling to offer you a unique position.
Interesting. Intrigued.
Chairman of the board at Limblum Co.
Chairman of the board, you say?
Yes. Essentially the president of Limblum. Gipple has served his purpose, but I will position him elsewhere. It seems Torbad's bill that he is introducing into the Council of Sovereigns will suggest that most of the nations of Chrysalis place a warrior of light, active or otherwise, in charge, or at least as a liaison to the Council of Sovereigns, in order to protect against Zodiark's influence.
Okay. I can see the benefits to that, I suppose, but it does sound like a lot of work, you know?
It is quite a lot of work, actually. You'll have to
Gosh,
put your gallivanting behind you.
I would, you know, and it sounds like I'd be doing you quite the solid, if you get my drift.
Yes. Yes, you would. But, again, I must caution you that there are other warriors of light available.
Okay, yeah, I accept.
Very well, then. I'll send you the details of the offer, and should you accept, then a congratulations will be in order. Thank you, Amadeus, and stay safe. I can't use you if you're split in half.
Fair enough. See you, buddy.
All right, the phone call will end.
Is Steph breaking up for anybody else?
It was a little bit.
It's a smidge, yeah.
I'm breaking up?
At the very end of your speech.
Oh, I know. I forgot to turn off voice suppression. It tends to break me up. Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
it's,
mean,
it's voice suppression. I
no,
got it.
happen again, but
It happened again?
Yes.
How am I breaking up? I need more of an
so
explanation.
at the very end of your sentence, as you're finishing your sentence, just a very small breakup. I think it might be like maybe you're lowering your voice as you're finishing your sentence, and that's why it's catching it.
Okay. I'll lower this and hope that fixes it. All right.
Who's in here with me for the music? Easter? Yeah, its music is breaking up too now.
It could be a Discord thing, because I heard Depala break up a little bit as well.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Yeah, you're clear. It was doing it like very intermittently. It was like with Steph, where it was like every third sentence. It would
All right.
chop a little.
Let me know if it's better or worse. I swapped the server in Discord.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I think we're good right now.
Erase.
Yeah, because I was getting a warning on the stream too. Like I had a yellow exclamation mark saying network quality was low. Just on the
Okay.
stream, on the music.
Neil, we'll talk about the details of the offer another time. I just wanted to get that roleplay done.
So no more MADs?
I'm excited.
Are you giving up MADs? Am I understanding that right?
Am I? I don't think I am.
No comment.
I mean, he kind of asked you to stop your adventures.
You can refuse if you want. It's just an offer because that's where the story is headed, and Torbad is going to be pushing this bill to put a representative that is a warrior of light in charge for each nation. So actually, the 3 nations that don't have a warrior of light in charge right now are going to be looking for a representative to put as an advisor. So technically, they don't have to give up their leadership, but they do need to give the Warrior of Light almost equal power, just so if they become influenced by Zodiark, they can't like turn their military might against the other nations of Chrysalis while there is a war with Nova looming overhead and a space monster trying to get into the 2 planets.
Okay.
I had a super weird idea, but I don't know if I
So-
want to tell you stuff. Maybe I'll tell you after this. Maybe. I don't know.
Eos needs one, Gestalia needs one, and Limblum needs one.
Eos has sticks in the Kingsglaive.
Eos has sticks in the Kingsglaive, but the Kingsglaive, well, to be honest, okay, I didn't think of that. I haven't looked over my notes, because technically the Kingsglaive is... Okay, I guess you could appoint members of the Kingsglaive to be advisors to the king, so that works. That means I can put Karthus in charge too. Karthus and Styx can advise Noctis. Okay, never mind.
So I gotta figure out Gestalia.
So it's just Gestalia and Limblum.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do we have anybody that's connected to Castalia at all?
Yep.
is the map shared?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone's from Gustalia. Actually, no. There are some people.
You don't have to be from Gestalia, you just have to be an ally to Gestalia.
Yeah. I mean, everyone who's friends with Setzer, like,
I mean, Setzer loves the Warriors of Light, so...
yeah, anyone would do, probably.
You
Spending
guys see the map?
Yep.
Spending
To make Lumi as tall as Kyrie. There you go. And then I have to... Are you smaller?
I should be the
No,
smallest.
You need to be
right?
smaller, and you need to be even smaller.
I
There
have a
we
bonding
go.
level with Setzer as well.
Spending
There you go.
1,000 gil for the entry fee.
You're paying
Yeah,
1,000
really?
gil?
Yes.
Okay.
When does your proficiency go up, Steph? Like, what level?
Proficiencies go up every 5 levels.
Okay, so when I get to 45.
Yes.
Get it.
Lumi will tilt his head curiously towards Kyrie.
Did I
Are
read?
you?
Sorry.
Are you from Chrysalis?
Kyrie is from Chrysalis.
You look bigger. Why?
You're really quiet for me next.
He's very quiet for all of us.
Yes.
I don't hear him either.
Wow.
Um,
To hear that from Neil.
I know, right?
Yeah, I've got him at 200%. Savande anyway.
might just not be picking up. You're much bigger than I expected.
Well, most Ronso typically are like this, you know. Kyrie is a special breed, as they say.
Except for Georgie.
Which
Georgie's
is
a
not
goat.
Ronso, George
No,
is
he's-
fucking bongo.
It's same difference. All of you weirdos.
Oh my god, literally fire and ice could not be more different.
You guys are the same to me.
Bullshit.
That is the
No
most racist
abs.
thing I have ever heard.
One has scales, one doesn't.
Wow, that is Lazarus is racist against Bunga and Ronso, and apparently Hrothgar.
Yes.
God, this guy right
I did
here,
not
this
know
is-
that about myself. That's a thing
Racist
now. It's
against
happening.
Anybody who doesn't have abs.
Wait, are you playing Lazarus at this? I thought you were Dark Knight.
You see, Travas talked to me, and he said maybe if I could take his place this one time, because I guess he's afraid of the guy with the the dark crystal in his heart.
Well, you wouldn't be like, there's no absorption dark or anything with me in the party, you know. So he could do dark damage just fine.
I think that would affect our. Hi, you're really close. That's a big stick you got there, just like kind of pointing at me.
His ears will
get
perk
him.
up and he'll tilt his head. Are you a Lalafell?
Am I a what?
He's a bunny person, right?
No, that's not.
It's a bunny person. Sorry, that was
Do
funny.
you see me eating a carrot, hopping around all limbily bimbily?
Holy shit, bro! I did not say eat carrot. Don't get derogatory on Lalafell.
You know, I don't know if the
All
Warriors
you
of Light have
fucking
an
white
HR
mage
department,
people are
but
so
I'm going to
racist.
start one.
I'm going to start an HR department.
I didn't know all the white mages were racist.
All right, let's begin.
Yeah, stick guy, please. Actually, what do you do, per se?
What do you mean, what do I do? I'm a Lotus Mage.
But you have a stick,
Ah, I see. I get the misconception.
like
He'll-
staff, like me.
He'll present the unstrung bow, and you'll slowly see a bowstring start to form out of light energy in between the two.
Oh, that is neat. Is that sanctumancy?
Not exactly, no.
It is an ancient gift. More prominent in the Farseers.
Oh, hi.
Lumi's
Darkness will just kind of creep up out of the ground and form into Caius as he walks forward.
Lumi's ears will perk up immediately at the recognition of the voice and immediately start to kneel down. Nice.
Okay. You're-
Formalities are not necessary. Stand, Farseer.
He'll slowly start to
Enough
get up.
of your prattling, all of you. Why are you here?
So you see, seeing this example of a Dark Knight, our Dark Knight friend was kind of impressed. And he asked us if you would give us the honor to challenge you. And he observes you fight and learn from you as you fight. As you can see, this party was kind of light heavy. As he learns his abilities and masters being a Dark Knight, he wanted to see you fight light and learn from your example and become a better Dark Knight himself. He doesn't have the whole, dark crystal in his heart thing, but,
So
Baby
you have
steps.
come here to issue a challenge then?
yeah, I would say.
Your friend is free to observe all he likes. Very well. We shall cross swords.
Staff.
It's a figure of speech.
Oh, okay.
You'll draw the Chaos Blade, and an eye, like a purple and violet eye, will open in the center of the hilt. And you'll see him just kind of raise a closed fist into the air as tendrils of shadow energy just kind of emerge from him, and very surprisingly behave like Aeon energy. They'll tap into the pyreflies that make up this place, and they'll force the pyreflies to change their shape and bend to their will, a little bit like Aeon energy does. The arena will shift.
Maybe I can learn from him too. I don't know. I mean,
Did you guys see the arena? We're good?
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
We're in the
The old
Nice
arena.
place.
You should learn from Cecil Harvey.
Could I observe that stuff since he's trying to learn how to manipulate a Mako energy anyway? Could he try to
Yeah,
observe
course.
how the sword is doing that?
If you want to observe it, you can roll Arcana, unless you have some sort of observation skill that I'm not aware of.
I'm gonna.
Those of you who want to listen to music, I am streaming the music.
I'm a Guado, so I can see magic. Do I need anything specific? Like, can I just perception it? Since I can see magic naturally, or do I have to
You can see, so you can see fireflies and the magic that aligns itself to the souls of the dead. You can see radiation very well, but Caius's energy is Novan in nature, which is why I said you should probably roll Arcana, because it's not easy for a Guado to see Novan energy so clearly.
Okay.
While he's doing this, while all this is happening, Lazarus will take out a notebook, and like kind of take notes of all the things, like his stance, the way he like altered his weak foot, his the way he grasped his great sword, and he's just taking notes for Trevas.
You guys see the effect on him?
Limit break wings of 0 of 1.
Okay. As Kyrie stands so close to him, he'll look him up and down.
You're rather large for a Hrothgar. The strong, silent type.
No, I'm a Ronso actually.
And apparently not a Banga, so don't say that, because that's apparently not okay.
You guys can hear me, right?
Ronso. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yes, there was like I think a species of Novans left Nova to get like refugees, became refugees on Crucialis. Probably from that.
Curious. Very well then. Let us see if your stature is as solid as your ancestors.
All right, guys, roll initiative as combat begins.
Did you hear
doubt
my
it.
RP earlier stuff about observing his stance, his the way he holds his sword, and the way he's manipulating darkness and taking notes
Yes.
for? Okay,
Yep.
I rolled. That's why I said
You rolled.
yes.
Oh, you're. I see. You are trying to observe. I thought Trevas was observing on the side. Okay.
No, I'm taking notes for him. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I misunderstood then. Yes, that's fine. I'll take that role actually into consideration for the whole fight.
Okay.
I'm going to use analysis, which is Ozma's ability at the start of combat. I can know a theoretical or visible mechanic from the target enemy in my line of sight. I would like to know his like minus strike ability.
Minus strike ability, huh?
Whatever the equivalent of that is.
He doesn't have an equivalent of that.
Okay, what's his heavy mechanic then?
Do a roll though, so
What do you
to
mean
see
heavy
if you roll
mechanic?
more than a 10
When
to
it gets
get
heavy,
limit
Dark
break
Knights
charges.
typically get stronger. What happens when it gets heavy?
He has no heavy mechanic.
Ask
Okay.
him what his dueling mechanic
What's
is.
his
and
dueling
see if
mechanic?
that
Fucking suck.
Holy
He's
shit,
guessing
man.
wrong, left, right, and
What?
center.
What is he
What's his
gonna
duel-
eat for dinner?
What's his dueling mechanic? It's theoretical. I don't know.
He's a fucking Dark Knight. He's gonna be heavy first turn when he kicks your ass.
Yes, I'll be having a helping of carrot soup.
The hell? Another
That
long
sounds
McLeod?
lovely.
Gonna jump around nimbly bimbly like?
Perhaps some popoto pancakes.
Oh no.
Giant popoto pancakes.
Can you
Duelist
long rest us before
mechanic.
we start? Too?
Okay. I'll give you general info equal to a normal success on the duelist mechanic. Caius Ballad has 3 types of duelist mechanic: Edge of Dawn, Edge of Dusk, and Edge of Twilight. The DC for this duelist mechanic is 55. And a failure will cause the person dueling him to suffer 500 dark damage.
You ain't playing.
A general success would reveal this: duelist disciplines can sacrifice their following turn's action during Caius's turn to reduce the requirement by 5. Once this has been triggered, you can further reduce the requirement by an additional 5 by sacrificing your next turn's bonus action as well, which means you'll apply staggered action and staggered bonus action, and at the beginning of your next turn, you will not regenerate an action or a bonus action.
Got it.
Edge of Dawn, Edge of Dusk, and Edge of Twilight, if you fail, will apply a buff to himself. That's all I'll reveal for now. You need to reveal the 3 separately. If there is no one within his range when he would activate his duelist mechanic, he'll use an ability called Shadowbringer.
Yeah.
Shadowbringer will deal 300 dark damage to all enemies in the current encounter and give him 1 stack of the buff he gets for failing his edge abilities, but he'll get a stack of each one: Brink of Twilight, Brink of Dusk, and Brink of Dawn.
Yeah, you're staying there.
So just make sure he's not isolated.
Got it.
Sound good?
Sounds good. I'm gonna
Let me reset the amount of rounds.
And
give
long rest, please.
Lazarus, give yourself 190 recon.
Okay. 190, you said? Oh, I'll just drag the one you wrote. Okay.
190. Yep. And I will.
Talking about that, actually, is there? Can I spend recon for this?
Can you spend recon for what?
To fight?
Yeah, you can. Give me 1 sec. It's what am I looking for here? There it is. Okay. Yeah, what do you want to spend? How much recon do you have, first of all?
6,500.
6,500. Okay, what do you want to know? I'll give you a price.
How does his Wings of Night charge?
Okay. That's cheap. Let's say 500 recon for that.
Okay. 500. Done.
Okay. The buffs that I told you about that he gets if the person dueling him fails his duelist mechanic, he will get a brink buff applied to himself. This brink buff doesn't necessarily do anything until he applies a second one to himself. Then it'll transform into a triumphant version. So it'll go from like Brink of Twilight to Triumphant Twilight, for example.
Okay.
Basically, the Limit Break Wings of Night charges whenever he applies a triumphant effect to himself that is already active. So you have Twilight, you have Dusk, and you have Dawn. And if Neil manages to fuck up enough and he activates a triumphant effect of any of those 3, and then he activates it again on himself, he will charge his Limit Break instantly, Wings of Night. It's an additional 500 if you want to know what the Limit Break does, and if you ask for anything else, I'll give you a price.
So,
is there anything you guys want to know?
I'm just trying to clarify. So failure gives him the buff. Gives him the buff for each individual
Gives him
ability.
a Brink buff. Yeah.
Brink of Dawn. Okay. And then that
Failing again in the same ability, so Brink of Dawn, causes both of the buffs to be consumed and to apply Triumphant Dawn
Okay.
to him.
What do you guys want to know?
you can try to get him.
I would like to know what the limit break does.
It's only 500.
Spending 500 right now. Boom.
The limit break is called Wings of Night. It'll trigger instantly as soon as it's charged, and it'll transform Caius Ballad into his Chaos Bahamut form. While Caius Ballad is in Chaos Bahamut form, he gains an additional +2 mechanical actions for his secondary boss mechanics, which means instead of being able to cast 2 secondary boss mechanics, he'll be able to cast 4 while he's in Chaos Bahamut. It's basically a slow wipe.
And can I spend recon as mechanics come out, or do I have to do it right now?
It's the beginning of the fight. I don't mind doing it
Okay.
during the fight, to be honest, actually.
The only reason I said it is because we only have 2 people on standby, Miss Mess and Rick. So just in case like something
if
crazy.
you want to spend recon, I don't mind. It doesn't
Okay.
bother me. I shouldn't have said anything. It's a free action and it costs a resource, so I'm not worried
Okay.
about it.
All right, so that's what I'll do right now. That's enough, I think. Unless
Okay.
anybody has any questions that's like burning in their minds.
I mean, as far as secondary boss mechanics, he has a total of 5 secondary boss mechanics, and he has 3 duelist mechanics, but he only chooses 1 per round. You've spent enough recon for me to tell you that, at least. So he has 3 different duelist mechanics, but only 1 trigger per round, and he has 5 secondary mechanics, but only 2 trigger per round.
Mhm.
If he turns into Chaos Bahamut, 4 secondary boss mechanics will trigger per round.
Yeah. He will die. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you guys want to know his? No, that's not a good question because he's literally a Dark Knight with giant plate armor. He has high armor, guys. I deduced that with my high wisdom.
Got it.
You deduce that with your eye wisdom.
Steph, can I have 1 initiative value, please?
Yeah. You can't change that yourself?
I don't know how I would. If I roll for initiative, it gives me +5.
Can you do it like a 0?
I did it.
Give yourself like a negative initiative or something.
But then it
It's
will
okay,
be
it's just-
dependent on his roll.
It's fine. I don't mind doing it. I was just wondering if he could. Okay. Your 1 initiative is given to you. Auto vigilance. Where'd you get auto vigilance from?
That's my
his weapon.
weapon.
And you started with a single blossom stack because of your passive. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put my stuff on before I forget.
You guys have 2 healers in this fight, so your damage output is going to suffer. So you need to try and keep that in mind. That's
I don't
just
see
a
2
DM's.
healers.
It's just a DM's warning.
The Lazarus will get like a look very similar to Jackal, and like with wide eyes, and tilt his head. Who's the second healer? I'm DPS.
That even sort of sounded like Jackal or Jekyll.
Fuck.
That is most certainly reminiscent of a Lalafell.
I was just told this priest acts like he's the big holy damage guy. I just want to see.
Does anyone else see that?
Yes, that one is close.
Would you calm down? I'm shrinking it. I just need them for the mechanics.
Okay.
All right. Caius Ballad's first mechanic that he will add, that he will trigger is Heart of Chaos. Which is what these nifty little numbers are for.
Oh my god. I don't want it.
I'm putting 1 on you. I'm going to put it below you guys until I figure out another way to do it.
Fucker.
All right. 3 numbers appear. Attached to 3 of your allies. All right. Next, Caius will activate. Body and Soul. Looking around quickly, Caius will identify the threats that will damage him. And will activate Body and Soul and choose between Null Magical and Null Physical. He chooses Null Magical. 5 stacks. And sensing someone within his engagement range, Caius Ballad will activate. I have to look at which one.
It's not dispellable.
No, it's not dispellable. You have to burn through them.
That is not good for me.
All right, Caius Ballad, sensing seeing an opponent in front of him, will activate Edge of Dusk. He'll take the Chaos Blade, brandish it at his side. It'll just kind of envelop in like a purple flame, and he'll quite literally just swing it at you horizontally. Just a very heavy and very fast swing for such a large weapon. 1 conceptual saving throw.
Is it like, is this only 1 total? Like, that's it? Or is it gonna continue onward?
It's just 1 total. He's swinging at you with the Chaos Blade.
Okay. Kyrie will dig his massive hands into the earth and then rip out a chunk from the ground and throw it at him.
And are you gonna get rid of any action or bonus action this time?
There's no point. I can't. There's no way I could beat 55 at the moment.
Could you beat 50 or 45?
No, not a chance. I need my action, and I need
Dig
my
your
action.
claws into the ground, pick up a piece of rock, and throw it at him as a strength saving throw. Go ahead.
I need my action and reaction to lower his.
Okay. Yeah. No, makes sense.
To lower the DC requirement. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. All right. On the bright side, the 500 damage you're suffering can be healed.
I don't think there's very many people who can beat 45.
There are,
unless you have your stat broken. Then I think it's a duelist with a stat break. Then I think it's doable.
there are plenty of duelists that have like starting advantages, but you're more of a duelist debilitator, so you tend to rev up.
Zevara could have done it on a 55% chance if he sacrificed both.
There you go.
You have a shitload of decks.
500 damage, and Caius will be affected by Brink of Dusk. Whoops. Brink. Okay.
Can we get
We get rolls on Heart of Chaos and Brink of
Yes.
Dusk, please.
The pamphlet for this fight said something about comets. I'm here for comets. That's kind of my thing, you know. Yeah, what do you need? Roll on Zephyr
You want to give us Heart of
Tactics.
Chaos, Zephyr?
for Heart of Chaos.
Heart of Chaos. Position numbers above the heads of three target enemies, triggering at the end of the next 3 enemy turns. Every time this triggers, disengage and dash to each enemy in the sequence, dealing 200 dark damage to them, to anyone your model passes through on the way to them, anyone within 30-foot radius of them, and anyone within an infinite cone behind them. If you are not the primary target, it is possible to be damaged by multiple instances of this mechanic. The primary target, however, for that turn will only suffer the 200 damage from Caius dashing to them. Each type of AoE damage that enemies suffer will be considered a separate instance of damage. So again, position numbers above the heads of the 3 target enemies within your line of sight, triggering at the end of the next 3 enemy turns. Whenever an enemy turn ends, disengage and dash to an enemy in the sequence. So for example, Lazarus, when your turn ends, he'll dash to Kyrie. When Kyrie's turn ends, he'll dash to Lazarus. When Zevara's turn ends, he'll dash to Lumi. When he dashes, anyone he dashes through suffers damage. Anyone within 30 feet of the person he's dashing to suffers damage. And anyone in a cone behind them, so I use the trajectory of Caius to the target and position a cone behind them. If you're in that cone, you suffer damage as well. All of it is separate instances of 200 dark damage.
So Lumi's eating a instance regardless what we do.
You're eating 1 instance regardless of what you do, but you can eat a possible of, well, it's hard to fathom. It's hard to calculate, but it's a lot. So watch your positioning. So that's Heart of Chaos. Anyone else want to roll on something before I continue?
Yeah. It was what? Brink of
Brink
Dusk?
of Dusk.
I prefer Brink of Twilight, but I suppose I will roll and Star will just have a ball appear in front of her using her clairvoyance to see like exactly what's going to happen to them.
Like a look into the future kind of
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So am I rolling clairvoyance?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll roll clairvoyance instead. That's pretty badass.
She just has like popcorn watching.
Okay. We are on Brink of Dusk. Bum, bum, bum. Brink of Dusk. So basically, I'll reveal the whole thing because of her clairvoyance roll. Edge of Dusk activates whenever an enemy has not damaged Caius in the turn, during his turn, rather. So whenever an enemy has not damaged Caius during his turn, he will trigger Edge of Dusk. It's a conceptual saving throw that is a brutal offensive. If he... once he has completed the mechanic, he will dispel any other Brink effects from himself that are not Brink of Dusk and apply Brink of Dusk to himself, regardless of whether he damages the opponent or not. If he manages to get 2 stacks of Brink of Dusk on himself, both will be consumed and will become Triumphant Dusk. Triumphant Dusk makes it so that all of his mechanics... all of his successfully damaging mechanics will apply a stacking KO1 effect to all enemies they damage successfully. It does not put you unconscious. It simply puts a KO effect on you for when you do fall unconscious. Does everyone understand?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay. So he activates Edge of Dusk whenever he has not been damaged during his turn.
During his turn.
Yep. If he is damaged during his turn, he'll activate Edge of Dawn. And don't forget, if once he's done Edge of Dawn, Edge of Dusk, or Edge of Twilight, he dispels any other brink effects from himself that are not the one that he activated. So the way to stop him from gaining 2 stacks is to have him constantly switch the duelist mechanic that he is performing. That being said, that is the end for Star's vision of the future. And that ends Caius Ballad's turn.
All right. Now,
there's obviously a trigger on on Edge of Twilight, but you guys don't know it yet. I figured I'd give you the opposing one to Edge of Dusk, though, considering Miss Mess used a clairvoyance check, which is Edge of Dawn.
is this gonna hit Lumi
Is what gonna hit Lumi?
when I end my turn? And he
Yes.
dashes at Kyrie.
Very much
definitely.
seems like
The
it.
infinite cone. Yeah.
Center it? Yeah. I'd say yes.
I don't know. It's kind of clipping. Okay, and how about? So you said
Technically, the cone would be centered on Kyrie like that.
but and then it hits. It can
The
hit
extra-
multiple times.
The extra effects only hit multiple times if it's not the person who's being targeted by the dash.
Exactly. Which means that Kyrie is only taking 200 damage regardless, but
he's not taking
everyone else can suffer multiple instances depending on where they're standing.
So how
And
much?
then the same thing for when it's your turn. When he's dashing to you, you can only suffer 200 damage, but everyone else around you can suffer up to 3 instances of 200 damage based on where
Right
they're
now,
positioned.
Kyrie is taking 200, and Lumi is taking 200.
Okay. And the way he is right now, would he go through Kyrie to get to me? Like, or should I, like, if I moved this way?
I don't think there's any consequence to moving up because it seems fine.
If you move further to the right, it'll guarantee it that he won't move through Kyrie. Right now, Kyrie is pretty large. Granted, even where you are now, he is clipping Kyrie. So
Yeah, but
the only reason I wouldn't have said that if he was a Mughal or a Burmesian, but he's a Ronso, so I'm gonna say that clips him. But if you move 50 feet in that direction, it won't touch him.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I don't hit him. So Kyrie needs at least 100 to not die.
427 to be exact.
Yeah. So let's do that first. Ooh.
God damn fucking.
Yes, I do,
prefer to
Hume.
Put it like on top of their heads.
Yes, I do, Hume. Those null magical stacks will prevent me from healing.
Yeah, but I'm just only the reason I'm throwing this heal is so the Kyrie doesn't go down.
Oh, I realize. The one over there asked me a
him
question.
the question.
Yeah, no, I'm so with the other, like my bonus action and reaction, I'm gonna holy him to take those stacks down for you guys.
Well, save yours, because if I'm not going to be able to get stacks anyway, I will clear the stacks to clear, well, at least 3 of them, to clear the way for you and the Lotus Mage, since your individual spells are much more powerful than mine.
Oh, okay. So you want me to hold my bonus action then?
I would say use your bonus action, and then I will use all of mine.
To clear 3, but then we will still have 1 left.
Yes, but we also need to do damage, so Lumi will have to sacrifice one of his heals
Okay.
in place of yours, since you healed for him. And then
Okay.
you can hit with your heavy hitting ability. We need to maintain some aspect of balance.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm only going to be able to Luminasa because he probably has armor. But either way, bonus action.
Kyrie could break him. If you're worried about that.
I mean, even if we do break him, I'm only going to be able to cast so many Luxes.
Yes.
It's
Does it look like he has like a ton of AC stuff?
He's a Dark Knight. His armor is obsidian.
So yes, for sure.
now. Do I still need to roll a hit die for this null magic thing? Because like my magic is gonna fizzle pretty much on this null magic.
It needs to hit him before it can be negated. So yes.
Ooh.
Well,
Then let me break him.
Okay. Good thing I haven't cast a spell yet. That's why I asked. Okay, I'll hold my bonus action then. For him to be broken. Yep. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
You said you had recon?
I do.
I'll take 1,000 of it to tell you what body and soul does.
Yes, please. 1,000. That's a minus 1,000, not a plus 1,000. I'm apparently trying to cheat over here.
Body and soul. Apply null magical or null physical to yourself until the beginning of your next turn. No, it's until the end of the current round. Why the hell is the word beginning in there? Okay. Apply null magical 5 and null physical 5 to yourself until the end of the current round. Each time you would suffer damage of the type that you have applied, a stack will... Oh, no, wait. Each time you suffer damage, period, a stack is consumed. So even if, for example, Kyrie attacks him, it'll reduce the null stacks.
okay.
Lovely.
Each time you suffer damage, a stack is consumed. If a spell was negated, the caster will pay an additional 5 mana for that spell. If an ability was negated, an additional charge of that ability will be consumed, and then additional 5 resource charges will be consumed for any resource charge-based abilities that are negated. Once the end of the round has triggered, consume all remaining null stacks and pulse 200 dark damage to all enemies in the current encounter for each stack that was consumed. Each pulse is considered a separate instance of damage.
Each stack it wasn't consumed, I'm guessing?
For each stack that wasn't consumed. Why did I say was?
We all die because we get them.
Because you did the mechanic properly.
Shit.
For each check that was not consumed, deal how much?
I'm gonna rename it Body and Soul. Physical.
I assume this doesn't work, but Shatterbreak says that it prevents immunities and absorptions are negated. Would this prevent null?
Elemental resistances, immunities, and absorptions. This is not an elemental.
Because it's magical, it doesn't work.
Yeah, this is this elemental would mean something that is specifically resisting a specific element.
Got it. Okay.
Body and soul magical is more like clear. So that being said, if the charge negates one of your spells, only then does it cost more. If you attack with something and it's not negating, then you don't consume any extra charges for it. And it doesn't work on cooldowns.
I think Caius needs to dash right because it's my turn.
Yep. So Caius is Caius at the end of Lazarus's turn dashes to Kyrie.
He's right in front
and does the AoE and does the cone behind him and damages the newbie Lumi. So that means Kyrie suffers 200 damage and Lumi suffers 200 damage. Okay, charged.
You said for each stack that was not consumed, deal how much damage to all enemies in the encounter?
200.
I can remove token 1, and then I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to keep this up. You guys should be able to figure this out yourselves.
Yep.
But I'm going to do it just for the sake of transparency right now.
Is he gonna stay on me?
Yes, he is.
He'll go to Lumi next.
Yeah, I know that, but I just want to make sure.
He'll finish on Lumi.
There you go. There's the way the mechanic looks.
So you're gonna have to move. Oh no, you'll be all right. You don't have to move because he's gonna go from me to Lumi, not from you to Lumi.
Well, the problem is that he's going to end on Lumi, right? And I don't think we want Lumi dueling the boss.
No, I think.
I'd rather not, as much as a pleasure it'd be.
Maybe Kyrie can get like next to Lumi, but
he dashes before I can hit him again, right? Because he's faster than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't smack him. Well, that's a problem.
I mean, you can smack him right now.
I'm going to, of course. Let's do Shatter Break.
Did anyone cast anything?
Not yet.
I cast a Kuraga, but that was on an ally.
Let's do this.
If the spell was negated and it was a resource job, what was the additional thing for that?
5, same as mana.
Okay, he's got Shatter Break on him.
Are you dealing damage? No, you're not.
Now.
So that means a body and stole stack is not going down.
And then I will hit him for auto hit and damage him and put on a.
My stack goes down by 1.
And now I will use my health bonus action that I said I'll hold on till he was armor broken, which I won't damage him. Right? I just rolled a hit die. That's the only thing I do.
I don't know. Roll damage die. It just doesn't matter if it says it misses. It doesn't matter. It still hits. Because he still might not win. He still might crit. Right.
Okay, but do I no damage die?
Because it's
damage
getting
die you just do.
negated.
Yeah, damage die gets negated. So don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean that I rolled it here, but he's armor broken, so.
Did you armor break him?
Yeah, Kyrie did. And this was do I need to spend 5 more mana because it was a mana consuming spell? Am I understanding that right? I mean, I just cast a holy on him.
Yeah, so it was negated, which means you pay an additional 5 mana.
Okay, I did. And his stack goes down by another 1 to 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Kyrie ends his turn.
So you broke him, so I can bring his AC down to 0. There you go.
And then he dashes to me.
Yep. You suffer 200 damage. No one else suffers anything.
Everywhere I go, there's a purple circle around me.
Done.
Didn't you say it was a 30-foot circle?
Yeah.
It's 30 feet.
It is
Yeah,
30
they can
feet.
even make it. Look,
It
it's
is.
30 feet.
For some reason, it's bugged out for me, and it says 40.
Does
No, it's
everyone
30.
else see 30?
Nope,
I see
it's 30. Definitely 30.
Okay. Then we're
Yeah,
good.
it literally just changed like as De Paula started talking. That was very weird.
Yeah, it was me. I was just illusion,
Okay.
because I'm better at holy magic.
Uh-huh.
All right. Since magic is nullified, let's be a little unconventional.
Oh God, why are you coming so close to me?
It's gonna melee him.
Don't let him dash through you.
He's not gonna dash through me if I'm right here, is he?
No, I'd say not. You're close though, but no.
All right.
Are you gonna
Nice.
bonk him? You're gonna bonk
Oh,
him?
yeah.
Okay. I figured. See, and he said he would never bonk anyone. What a fucking liar.
You're right.
You're full of shit, bro.
So Caius will see this priest blur towards him way faster than any caster. Should
What does Plague
typically
say? Bokuo.
I don't play Plague enough.
Hiya!
There you go.
Bonk.
Just don't start throwing up on him.
Ew.
Damage them.
Magical stack goes down by 1.
Did you damage him?
because that is bludgeoning damage.
It's bludgeoning damage, yeah.
That's why I ran in.
He's
and so it
consuming
would
stacks
still-
by attacking with his sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have hit him with my stick.
You still could, technically, I think, right?
In my reaction? Yeah, but then we don't do damage.
All right, and then we'll just consume the 1 for now, because it has to hit first.
It comes to my attention I have not learned anyone's names. Ronso?
There we go.
Are you coming over
Kyrie
here?
Ronso, from the Ronso clan. We all Ronsos are Ronso last name.
I see.
Drop
Proud
him another
member.
stack stuff.
Proud member of Mount Gagazet.
Did you consume more mana?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Sounds
All right, let's
good.
change the song. What do we got here?
Are you able to get over here and duel him proper?
Yes, but I can't. If you could pull me, I could hit him and actually be able to do him proper.
You wouldn't happen to have focus break or anything of that matter?
Not until limit break charge. That's not far. That's far away.
I fear he's going to hit me with his sword.
If you pull me, I don't know, pick him up. You can disappear, run away.
You could disappear. Okay.
Verdant Shadow.
Don't forget action economy, guys. We can't just be like, he needs to heal as well.
Exactly.
Technically, using Verdant Shadow will cause him to heal himself.
Hello, Caius.
I don't suppose with my dexterity I can bonk him as he disengages away. Huh?
He dashes.
It's a disengage dash. It's not a.
I mean, as a reaction, not a.
Oh, as a reaction.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm faster than you, so no.
Okay.
If you held the reaction,
Don't you have
do it,
quick
could
strike
you
you?
still
If
get it?
he had like verbally told me that's what he was holding it for,
Okay.
knowing Caius was faster, then yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I should have done that then. That was my bad.
Yeah, anything that's
Um,
prepared typically goes first.
Got it. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
assumed I would fail.
You suffer another 200 damage, but no one else does.
All right, I'll react then.
Descendant of the Farseers. You will have to do better than that.
I haven't done much to begin with. Give me one moment.
I don't suppose a crit does anything, Steph.
Does anything? What do you mean, does anything? No,
I'm
it doesn't.
Not sure if it,
If
okay.
it was nat 20,
It's
probably.
consumed anyway.
I'm just
Okay,
making
that's
sure
what
it
you
didn't
mean.
have any special.
Body and soul is completely dispelled, I believe. Consume another 5 mana if you haven't already.
I already did.
Activate verdant.
Hey,
There you
Lumi was your name, right? The
Yes.
stick Lotus Mage person.
It's not a
Uh,
stick, but okay.
Sorry. Are you gonna bring the big one to you?
As he's asking the question, he's already done it.
Wee.
Verdant Toe. Move him. Savande, you're the one that moves him.
Yep. I'm just figuring out where.
Do you have the upgrade that allows you to put him within 25 feet of you?
Yeah, I should. Let me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just link it. Just link it.
Verdant toe.
4 out of 8.
That,
Yes.
Level 3.
Number 3. Yep.
That means you can put him within 25 feet of your position, so it's up to you.
Yeah, let me delete
Okay.
that and then make a circle for 25 feet.
Yeah, just
Dude.
Anywhere in there.
Yep. Do that. Then I also heal him, I believe.
Yep, Verdant Toe heals.
I thought that was the first roll you just did. The two
did I?
tens you rolled.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that.
You healed him twice.
There we go.
Alright.
Then we will.
Next, you went really low again. Can barely hear you.
Mumbling to myself.
Okay.
Mumbling about the healing.
We will. Why can't I target? Oh, because I'm pressing the wrong button. Shroud. Heal.
Now I'm going to. Kyrie is going to react and smack this fucker and rupture him again.
What Lazarus is gonna do? Oh, by the way, don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't move yet.
Not moving.
Reacting first, since Lazarus is faster than.
You used Verdant Shadow and Stealthed?
Yep.
Okay.
Before he can move away, Lazarus will react.
You need to put a star in front of Shrouded, Savande.
I would.
Okay.
You
Unless
can't, like,
somebody-
being shrouded is not dispellable.
Unless somebody has an action to damage him on his turn, he will activate the same thing again. And if Kyrie does not pass it this time, he will buff himself.
It's just a star in front of the S.
Lumi has a reaction.
Granted, I guess that's the way Neil put it. So
But
just
he
leave
would
it
have
like that.
to. He would have to react
Maybe-
and
maybe
drop his
specify-
shroud.
It does not drop.
It does
Yeah.
not.
It does not drop because he's.
No.
It doesn't
he
drop.
stays in it.
The shroud, he upgraded it enough so actions don't reveal him. So
Yeah,
it literally just lasts until the beginning of his next turn for free.
yeah. That was
Okay.
the same. My shroud was if you upgraded it all the way.
I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want him to trigger the same dueling mechanic.
Okay, but just make sure you say that you're holding your reaction because he's faster than you. So if that's his first action, make sure you specify that you're holding your action for that. But anyways, I already cast the spell either way, so I wouldn't have been able to take it back.
Can you put me underneath Caius? Because I'm right in the. I'm lined
You have
up.
4 stacks of Legion.
Yes, sir.
Is he weak to light stuff? Holy, I should say.
Yes, he is.
There, now that it's actually hitting. Crit that Lexa.
Okay, well I gotta hit him first.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. got it.
Hits.
To answer your question,
Alright.
no, Mr. Ronso.
Are you guys ready for big boy damage?
You should have asked him when he was pulling you.
I didn't realize he put me right in front of for this line charge ability.
I mean, the line charge ability is done for now.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it was still there, it'd be like. It would
Heart of Chaos.
Okay, I just hit him for 182.
Someone
And
hit
then
them.
I also heal both of you
If someone would
for
hit them,
60.
if someone hits them one more time, I get juicy, juicy bonus.
I don't
If
have anything
I-
else, but Lumi has.
That's what I'm counting on.
If I go here and hit Caius from there, does that pass through Kyrie? Kyrie's kind of big.
Okay, you don't. So we're gonna already. I'm gonna tell you. You're not gonna ask me that every time. Here's how it works. Okay.
Okay.
If you go here, what you do is you target Caius, and then you'll see an arrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the arrow passes through your ally, yes, that's the
Okay.
answer.
Okay. I'm going to react on Caius's turn to shoot a. Let me get the name of the right arrow.
It'll be harder to hit smaller allies like Taru Taru and Burmesians, but Ronso should be pretty fucking. It'll be like hitting the broadside of a barn.
I'm going to react on Caius's turn to shoot an ivory lotus. Okay. Oh, I need to apply this because I have a blossom stack. I think that's everything. Bonus action, then reactions prepped. End round.
End of the round, nothing triggers, considering all the mechanics were dealt with.
And do it
react-
now.
Caius' turn.
Yeah.
Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. We'll save an arrow with my Mistborn arrows.
Juicy upgrade.
Crit.
I'm confused. What's going on?
I'm reacting.
Bated breath is what's going on.
I'm reacting and casting the Ivory Lotus that I prepped. So I attempt to deal holy weapon damage. This crits. It passed through Kyrie, so we heal Kyrie.
And give him a blossom stack.
Yep, and give him a blossom stack. Gives me a charge time, limit break. And that's it for me.
You healed Caius.
God damn it.
Nice heal, bro.
It's because you targeted him, so you need to make sure you only target to check the thing and then untarget immediately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that about Lotus Mage. Do you guys remember my arrows everywhere?
And the heal goes to Kyrie.
You hitting everybody with an arrow because you target everybody for fucking shining cheer.
Not quite the same thing, but similar.
Do I get bloom for that? If you hit me with that?
Gave you the bloom, I think.
It's a blossom, not a bloom.
That's
Bloom is what he does to the blossoms.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Nice.
Impressive.
Only getting started, Caius. Only getting started.
As am I.
Zevara will rattle his fucking sensor. Well, then get over here. I've got another one for you.
Caius has been damaged during this turn, so we'll activate Brink of Dawn against Kyrie. As the arrow hits him in the shoulder, he'll spin around in an attempt to counterattack whatever hit him and swing the blade, aiming it towards your neck.
Okay.
One conceptual save.
So Brink of Dawn is what's happening right now?
Mhm.
Because he was damaged during during this turn, so yes, it triggers Brink of Dawn.
So it's different than Brink of Dusk.
Yes.
Sorry, Edge of Dawn. Edge of Dawn is the name of the ability. Brink of Dawn is the effect he gives himself.
Do I want to get hit by this one, guys, to get rid of the Brink?
Yeah, no,
It doesn't no
because
matter
he
what.
gets the brink, whether you succeed the saving throw or not, he still gets the buff.
Okay, Kyrie is going to sacrifice action and bonus action to reduce this mechanic by 10.
So that's the next action and bonus action. It's not this round.
Oh, next round.
It's next round's bonus action and action. Yes.
So not this
So
round.
round threes. Okay.
Okay, interesting.
No, as in your. Sorry, not next round. Next turn. Your next turn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I
yep.
thought you meant. All right.
Okay.
So what is he swinging at my neck? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. So as he's swinging for the neck, kind of utilizing his armor, his shaky armor that I've like broken into and like busted open a little bit. Kyrie's going to grab onto.
Give me a second, Neil. I made a mistake.
Okay.
He's not using Edge of Dawn. He's using Edge of Twilight against you. It doesn't really change anything. Like you can still. The only difference is the visual of the mechanic changes. Instead of swinging his blade at you, his body begins to glow with like a violet energy, and you'll see like a rush of darkness just kind of rush towards you, almost like when you see Trevos firing his darkness magic. He activates Edge of Twilight, not Edge of Dawn.
So the trigger for Twilight is the damage on his turn, not Dawn's.
Nope. Yeah. Edge of Dawn is if he's damaged on his turn.
Okay, so there's a whole other thing.
Edge of Twilight just happens to override it if the requirement for Edge of Twilight is met.
Okay. So using like I've already broken and shattered his armor by yelling at him, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab on to one of his shattered elements, like one of the shattered pieces of his armor, and just full blown rip it the fuck off as hard as I can, just to completely stagger the fucker. You know, like he's got this heavy duty swing coming in, so I'm just grabbing onto that piece of metal and driving him into the ground, trying to break his armor further.
Oh, wrestling move. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't know you did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, strength saving throw.
Okay. Just standard?
I'm giving you a +2 modifier. I was just thinking about it.
Alrighty, Kyrie grabs this fucker and tries to wrestle his ass to the ground. Yes!
Okay. You barely got it. Fuck yeah! All right.
No, actually, it's reduced by an additional 8. So
that's true. So you got it by a lot, actually. Okay, good. In that case, you succeed and do not suffer. Do not suffer 500 damage, and Caius dispels Brink of Dusk and applies Brink of Twilight to himself. You guys see it, right?
Can we get our resident clairvoyant to roll on Brink of Twilight since she liked it so much?
Oh, Twilight. It's so beautiful. I see reflections of myself in the night sky.
Does she creep anybody else out?
Whoa!
I'm not sure that she'll know what is going
with
on.
the president of HR, okay? I need all this to stop, and she'll just be like, I want to see, and she'll just like shove a big handful of popcorn in her mouth as she's looking at her orb to see what Brink of Twilight does.
I don't remember appointing anyone as head of HR, and I founded the department.
It's okay, I appointed myself.
Lazarus will hear the word "see." I want to see, and he just starts pointing at his abs. Because thinking that's what she wanted to see.
Excuse me, sir. We're gonna have a dress code discussion.
A dress code?
Who let the water girl be in charge of HR?
The day we have a dress code is the last day I'm aware of lights.
I quit as soon as we.
I quit.
You're all a very odd lot. Is she not an oracle? Why do you speak to her so?
Because they're rude.
She's basically a performer oracle, you know. It's not quite the same.
Does something with water.
I think some of her oracle stuff is sham. To be honest, that's just.
Counterpoint.
Dare you?
Miss
Have you heard the way
Cleo.
she talks?
I suppose. But she's still has the title.
Edge of Twilight. 41, Edge of Twilight, conceptual saving throw that utilizes Caius' Dark Knight magic. It overrides the first two requirements of Caius either not being hit or being hit during his turn, and triggers if the enemy you are dueling is heavy.
That's not good.
Dispel any other Brink effects from yourself that are not Brink of Twilight and apply Brink of Twilight to yourself. If he activates Triumphant Twilight on himself, all of his successful mechanic damage will apply Purge 1 to the enemies they damage.
Oof.
What does Purge do?
Purge 1 that gets rid of one of my effects, right?
Nope. Purge. At the end of every round, Purge will purge one of your effects at random.
Oh, every round?
It's a break. Yeah.
Got it.
It's a break. Break.
If it's a break, I can get rid of it then, right?
Okay, good.
It breaks are dispellable by supports and saboteurs, usually.
Okay, so I could get rid of it if I needed to.
Oh, nice.
All right, good job dealing with Brink of Twilight. Caius will look around the arena and will close his fist and use Graviton. The very edges of the arena, orbs of dark matter and endless void are spawned.
Hey, Zephyr,
Close to me.
I think this is your wheelhouse.
Yes.
For his second ability, he will activate. Okay.
You have done well so far. But will you live up to your expectations? Husk of the Wandering Comet. I summon thee.
As he swings the blade forward, the ground will become brightened with a rune. And the Wandering Comet will activate. You guys will see this massive, violet, inflamed comet just kind of heading straight for the arena from space. Do you guys see the rune?
Yeah,
You got some of that leftover recon there, Abs.
I do.
And those are the two mechanics that he triggered this round. I'm going to write them, but they're not really like right mechanics. So Graviton and the Wandering Comet.
Okay, so Graviton is what our Void Mage person is doing, right?
Yep.
Is he here?
Gentlemen, this is the kind of fight I look forward to. Comets, the endless call of the void. It's all coming back to me.
You know how many notes I have to take?
Graviton, thanks to Zephyr, spawn 3 circles. Spawn 3 50-foot circles centered on the edges of the arena. That will grow by 50 feet at the end of each round. As soon as more than half an enemy's body crosses the edge of these circles, they will consume themselves and deal dark damage equal to 50% of the enemy's current wound amount as internal damage. That is Graviton. If you want Wandering Comet, that's 1,000 recon.
Spending right now.
50% of your current wound amount? That means that if you're not injured, it's 0, right?
It's 0. You can consume them and get rid of them before they touch anyone that is injured.
At the end of each round?
They grow at the end of each round by 50 feet. If your body passes through them, that's when they consume themselves and deal the damage.
Right.
1,000 recon has been spent. I have 3,500 left.
1,000 recon. The Wandering Comet spawn a massive rune on the battlefield with 4 distinct circles inside of it. Enemies must each stand in one of these circles and sacrifice a bonus action on the same turn to soak the mechanic. If this is successfully completed before the end of the round, the comet will be dispelled and the party will suffer 2 instances of 100 dark damage, 1 internal and 1 external. If the mechanic is not successfully dispelled before the end of the round, anything within the rune will suffer death damage, and anything outside the rune will suffer 1,000 dark damage, reduced to 800 with passive mitigation, reduced to 500 with active mitigation.
Pretty much death damage. Got it.
I don't have a bonus action.
You can sacrifice a
use your
reaction.
Yeah.
You can use your reaction. Yeah. Your reaction can be sacrificed.
But it's gotta be on your turn, though, right?
No,
we all have to do it on the same turn.
Okay.
Reduced to 800 with active mitigation?
Caius ends his turn.
Reduced to 800 with passive and 500 with active.
So, okay, this time you don't have the numbers, guys, and everything. I'm gonna take this one because I have 50 movement.
You guys don't have to ask where the circles are. We're good? Okay. Lazarus moves into one of the circles.
This is my circle.
I have to dash. And you all have to do it on my turn.
I'm gonna hold my bonus action to sacrifices along with all my friends because power of friendship, you know. I can just damage this guy right now, right? Hey, Lumi.
Yes.
I'm good to damage. You don't need my help, right?
Does not seem so.
Because he doesn't have any kind of anything to stop him right now from stop you from casting spells. So
Correct.
you do you. Okay, got it.
Wait, was there a negative to graviton staying up?
It keeps
I mean, you don't
growing.
get to choose who it goes through.
Okay.
I mean, it grows at the end of every round, is the only negative.
Eventually, it will hit someone.
Eventually, it'll, yeah. And he could, his graviton ability has a 1-round cooldown. So if he decides to use it in 2 rounds, it can overlap. As in, there can be 3 additional circles.
Got it.
Hume, I saw you eyeing
Luminous,
the graviton areas. Where were you planning on moving?
Let me try.
Oh, did I do
something.
that? My bad.
Did I do that?
No, I can't reach.
You can't reach what?
I will probably soak the 2 on the right and go up there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, I used my action, bonus action, movement. Going to the bathroom.
Kyrie does not have a action or bonus action, so he will just stand in circle on this side around him. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Move. Just kind of pushes him to the side a little bit. Oh no, nice arms. Just kind of gives it a quick squeeze.
He'll look at you.
No, do you work out? You know, what reps you making? You know, you hitting gym good, it seems. and turn.
All right, so let me double check and make sure I'm not making up movement. Then I have enough. So if I go there, I would have to dash, I think, because I have 190.
You don't have to get them all right now.
So what I think I have to do is soak that one, move here. It expands at the end of the round and then deals 100 damage to me because we take 100 damage from the dispelling the thing. Correct?
No, you don't take any damage from dispelling these things. The circles will do 200 damage to everyone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that
like
the
these ones do
circles
200.
the circles expand at the end of the round, right? Pink
Yeah,
ones.
the expansions they expand 50, And then
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that to do this without dashing, I have to soak this one, move up there, and then when it expands 50 at the end of the round, I'll have 200 damage, so I'll take an additional 100.
that's not too bad. If you can do damage, though, I feel like we have to do damage too.
Yeah, because I don't think it's worth sacrificing the action to dash. So I'll do that then. I'll move. I'll actually move here because it might give us an opportunity to heal before the thing hits me. So I'll move to the inside of the circle. And then
Excuse me, abbed. Never mind. Never mind.
and saving my bonus action.
The rune activates at the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we need you to get there, and then we will all sacrifice our bonus actions to get rid of it.
Do you still have a reaction, abbed Lalafell?
What? What did?
Yeah,
You, why are you keep
He's
call,
a
what?
Mysidian.
I'm Tartaru. What are you guys talking
Oh
about?
shit, I was done. My bad.
My god, a bunch of racists in this fucking party.
That was a big
party I've
whoops.
ever.
Excuse me, President of HR, I'd like authorization to issue a.
Have you guys seen this much magic power from freaking I don't know
Kyo, what?
Syrian? Do I go talking to random Eidolons?
Honestly, I just assumed, yeah.
Good
I'd
lord,
like
that's
to
a
issue an injunction against Lumi, Oakward, and Kyrie Ronso.
Why?
I don't know
Uh,
any
well,
of
that's
them.
a lot
Anyone
of
in
paperwork.
Lazarus. They called Lazarus a Lalafell and a Mysidian, even though he's told them twice what race of being he is.
Did he? I did not hear it.
Honestly,
just
Smith.
have him, get a bowl of cream, a saucer of cream, and call it a day.
No
Now,
cream.
excuse me, racism just begets more racism. All right.
I don't have a bowl of cream, but
it's a
I do
peace
have this
offering.
baby oil that I can rub against
No,
myself.
they don't want baby oil.
No, I'm gonna rub it anyways.
Do you have like catnip or anything like that?
Why do you carry? You're just gonna get your notebook all oily, Lazarus.
As
What do you think? This is amateur hour? I have been oiling my abs since I was 5.
That is excessively disturbing.
As I was saying, I will need some supplemental healing.
I can't hear you.
Can you heal me?
Can I heal you? Yeah, sure. But I was planning on damaging
I will go
on his
down
turn. But
otherwise.
if you can do that, if you can do the damaging on his turn, I will definitely heal you.
I can do neither.
Okay.
I must dash, I must sacrifice my bonus action, and I cannot react to heal myself before the comment goes off. But
So you need
You
me
guys
to
I can
need-
react.
So I want to point out that even though Dave Pollock says all the time not to make the healer do all the work, you guys are making the healer dash the furthest distance. My god.
I can shoot an arrow on his turn, though. However, he will
Okay.
still cast Edge of Twilight due to Kyrie?
You cannot make
carried.
him into wounded.
Uh,
I thought you were
It
gonna
would
heal him.
activate
Wandering
first, I
Comet
think.
activates first. I take 200. He needs to do more than 200 to
Exactly.
get me out of it.
I mean, I can heal you, sure, or I can heal Kyrie. Either one is fine with me. I'll react right now though, and do it though.
You must heal me.
Okay, absolutely, no problem.
I dash.
Oops. Kiraga.
I am in position. I will
Okay.
sacrifice a bonus action alongside everybody else.
Bonus actions, everyone.
Kyrie reacts.
Can I RP this stuff? I'll do something fucking cool.
Okay.
All right, so everyone gets the runes, and Zevara will just look around at everyone, and he'll nod that it's time, and they'll all channel their energy into Zevara, and because it's the last round before the comet goes down, he'll reach a hand out to the comet and yank, and the runes you see all around them will reverse and burst into white light, and you'll see just a column of white light start at the beginning of the comet, and it'll just slowly dissipate from the opposite energy as it just falls as like a hollow dissipating circle around everybody harmlessly.
That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, definitely. Let's flicker it. All right. The party suffers 2 instances of 100 damage. Does anyone have... does anyone have any resistance?
Not to dark.
Only protect.
Okay.
I'm cute.
Okay, so that means that's the internal, and this is the external. The Wandering Comet has successfully been halted, destroyed by light magic, and there are 2 gravitons left. It is Lumi's turn still.
I will react on Caius's turn. In between rounds we go.
Okay. All right. Gravitons expand by 50 feet.
Reacting.
I will do likewise.
Light soaked. Are you using a spell? No?
Yeah, I was. I meant to click it. Ivory Lotus? Ivory Lotus.
Okay.
And where's the heal? Didn't hit anybody, so it's myself. Another Blossom. And a Limit Break Charge.
Okay.
We're really putting it all on Kyrie right now to not get this Break of Twilight, I see.
Even if I did heal you, you would die to the damage.
I won't.
I know, tenacity, but I'm saying even if I were to heal you, the damage would get negated effectively.
No, but he's going to get Brink
I can't
of
even take
Twilight
you out of
if I-
heavy.
If I fuck this up, he's going to Brink of Twilight.
He's getting it
Triumph of
regardless.
Twilight.
Triumphant Twilight, and he's getting it regardless.
It is unavoidable. You can't prevent it.
No, you can't prevent it.
All right. Well, then.
Sensing an opponent, the same opponent, Caius will activate Brink of Twilight. As he activates Brink of Twilight, the 2 stacks of Brink of Twilight will merge and give him Triumphant Twilight.
Okay, no reason not to get hit by this then.
Triumphant Twilight. So, now that he is affected by Triumphant Twilight, all his mechanics apply Purge 1 when they successfully deal damage. That includes Edge of Twilight. He will, once again, you'll see tendrils of darkness emerge from his shadow and just launch at you in 2 or 3 different strands of energy, just kind of sharpened at the end, and will try to impale you. Conceptual saving throw.
Can I
If I fail this, does he get his limit break immediately, or is he already getting it?
He's not getting his limit break. He only gets his limit break if he gets a second triumphant effect of the same type.
Okay, so how does that work? He'll get Triumphant Twilight. He'll get the other Twilight again, basically, right?
He'll get the what's it called? Brink. He'll get a Brink effect again, and then if you fuck up again, then he'll get another Triumphant Twilight, and that's when he becomes Chaos Bahamut.
Okay. I think I might just eat this one so I can have my action bonus action.
Are you gonna
going
extend
to help
it?
you. You should try at least to see if you can roll.
I'll try, but you know, sometimes it's just about luck. Kyrie will sit down and meditate and brace himself to take this in the chest. Hopefully to endure as best he can.
Okay, you have tenacity, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do a con save.
Could I since I was
That
going to
means
help
you
him
don't go down.
since I was
Okay.
going to help him try to pass anyway. Oh, you already did the damage to him. Never mind.
Yep.
I'm just going to react.
If he's not putting up a fight, there's not much you can do to help him anyway. So
Even with the 10, I wouldn't have made it. So.
Graviton is still active. Triumphant Twilight is active. That means you have a stack of Purge 1 on you, Kyrie. So at the end of the round, beneficial effect will be removed at random.
He's got reinforce.
It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, he's got Reinforce. Reduce your Reinforce stacks by 1.
Oh, by 1 each time? Oh, I see what you mean. Because it's a break thing, right?
Auto Reinforce goes down to 2. I'll change it for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so you resisted the break.
Yeah. I forgot that was a thing.
All right. Graviton is still active. Now, what do I trigger? I will trigger. All right, Caius Ballad triggers Body and Soul. Once again, choosing magical.
So surprised.
Your mastery of magic is impressive, but your offensive capabilities are lacking.
As if to emphasize his point, he will trigger his fifth and final mechanic that you guys haven't revealed yet, which is Umbra Blast Wave.
You just get a shield.
Nope, he doesn't get a shield.
I don't know. You want me to look into the future and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's curious about this Umbral Blast Wave.
Okay. Star looks into the future. Whoops, I rolled the wrong fucking thing. $44. Umbra Blast Wave. At the end of the current round, send out 5 shockwaves of dark damage emanating from your current position and rippling out. The dark damage dealt will be based on the number of the current round. The first enemy that each ring of shockwave collides with will consume the shockwave and deal 100 damage times the round number, halved with mitigation. If an enemy is successfully damaged by this mechanic, apply a non-stacking cripple 1 effect to them. So right now, 5 shockwaves of 300 damage, because it's round 3. Halved with mitigation. They break as soon as they collide with the first target, which means that technically you can have a tank stand in front of everyone and block the damage. Umbra Blast Wave is triggered, and so is Body and Soul Magic. I used my Duelist mechanic. It is now Lazarus's turn.
So do we all just stand behind one person? I'm confused as to.
It goes from him, so it would hit the person that's closest to him.
So, for example, do you see the ring I put on Caius?
Mm-hmm.
Picture this ring being hollow, like no fill-in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It expands like this. And there's 5 of them that expand. So that means that the ring, the first person it collides with, it will consume the ring each time. So it'll go spread out, collapse, spread out, collapse, spread out, collapse 5 times. So Kyrie's taking 1,500 damage at the moment.
How do you deal with that?
I love
though?
it.
What?
I love it.
If he had passive mitigation, he would be taking much less damage, half damage.
Kyrie has the
750, I think. 725? 750? Something like that.
The wrong protectability on me right now.
You mean the wrong protect?
I should do I'm probably gonna get by a token.
Everyone understand?
And enchant
Okay.
SOS.
I'm confused. What do you mean by the wrong protect?
It's not the shell one.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Another
I've been
thing that
fucked many
Star's
times.
roll is high enough to one thing that Star's roll is high enough to detect is that he only activates Umbra Blast Wave on rounds 3 and 5.
Mm. Okay.
I legitimately have no idea how we deal with it. Unless we put somebody in the front who doesn't take damage when they're down.
I mean,
When they're down, the ring will not
It'll
collide
pass
with them.
It'll pass over though.
Yep.
Well, I don't see a way out of this then.
My first combat here, and we go against Caius Ballad. Just common.
Though I have to say, Caius, it is a bit disingenuous to say our offensive is lacking and then use an ability that requires us to soak the damage. Is it opposite day?
If
I don't understand.
your offense was adequate, the battle would be over by now. Your logic means nothing if you are inadequate.
I did over 400 damage in 2 rounds. What else from me?
You bring warriors of light aligned to the crystal of light, and your damage is this pitiful. It is simple. Surrender, regroup, and attempt again.
Well, to be fair, I could be doing 500 damage and it's pitiful if you block it.
Then perhaps a diversity of damage is required. Instead of bringing me 3 mages and a saboteur.
Perhaps.
Damage works. Thank you.
Okay. So are we giving up?
Caius, so I'm not trying to be insulting. Caius is just known for his prowess in combat and was raised in a tribe that taught him to understand the nuances of combat. So this would be how he would address everyone and speak. So let's go.
Well, I mean, I think our only chance then, if he doesn't have that much health, is to just have Kyrie try to dump his health down as much as possible with hits. And then
the saboteur.
Well, not his health. Sorry, his
no.
So as much as you guys want to brag that you've done enough damage, okay, I just want to say that I'm looking at the total damage now, and it is extremely low. Extremely low.
That's Lazarus being Lazarus. He would never.
No. So, well, to be honest, your brag is fine, right? Because what did you say? You said you dealt 400 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You dealt 400 damage. As a white mage, he has 800 damage suffered. About, roughly. Which means that you did as much damage as the assailant. But technically, I'm not ready to fully blame Easter because, like Caius said, he has a mechanic that punishes a lack of diversity and damage, which means that the mages will obviously deal less damage if he activates his ability, and there's nothing but mages.
I'm gonna break character for a second to ask this question. Wouldn't, like, for example, Travas have the same problem? Because yeah, he's a melee class, but he still does magic damage.
Well, you could disenchant your weapon so that it doesn't do magic damage.
I mean, Trevos would have, well, no, because his abilities do dark damage, but your greatsword doesn't, and you do have mechanics that increase the damage of your greatsword. Technically, both your character, like Trevos, I would consider like a battle mage, right?
Yeah.
He does a bit of both, leaning on the magic side. So yeah, Trevos would have trouble too. But whatever the comp is for the future, I would just recommend bringing something that does physical. It doesn't even need to be a melee person, but something that does physical damage. Because that's what body and soul are, is a punishing mechanic to like punish parties that lean too heavily one way or the other.
Because we're gonna have to get him to, like, we're gonna have to kill him before 3 anyway, because the requirement, like, if you tried to bring a tank and a duelist to fulfill that mechanic, then you wouldn't have the damage to kill him. Unless you specifically brought somebody to cover both.
You only need one person to be able to cover that. A tank can deal with it on their own. Like, you need a good healer and a good tank, and then the 2 damage dealers are fine. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, he has a dueling mechanic too. So unless and a dueling mechanic that requires you to sacrifice it.
Okay, again, duelists are damage dealers. With the exception of this Viking, who is a duelist, a saboteur duelist. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, duelist is his secondary thing, which means that his primary thing is being a debilitator. He is fulfilling the duelist requirement right now, which is good, but normally most duelists specialize in high single target damage. So,
do we have any duelists left?
Left? I'm not switching him back to offense, or I refuse. You guys,
Invokers.
Kyrie is literally only technically Georgie is considered one, but Georgie should never be dueling.
Looks at the
He does not have the only reason he's even considered a duelist is because his passives are, like, his optional passives give him a shitload of stats. But he is not equipped for.
Oh, nope, I know who it is. It's super simple. I don't know. I didn't just look at the damn thing. It's going to be Orpheus.
Yep.
Yeah, Orpheus could deal with
okay.
Well,
one mechanic by himself.
Let's move it on and see if we can do enough damage.
Okay, so we're gonna try. All right, sounds good.
So I just wanna say, as the dungeon master, you've revealed all of the mechanics. I'm gonna double check. Yes, you've revealed all of the mechanics. Shadowbringer as well. Triumphant Twilight, Triumphant Dusk is KO. Twilight is Purge, and Triumphant Dawn is Shadowburn, which is basically burn, but it deals dark damage. Yep, you've revealed all of the mechanics, and I will tell you right now, you are at round 3, and you've done nowhere near enough damage. So if you want, you can surrender, and I'll give you guys experience up until this point, the same amount of experience that you would get if you would keep going.
Yep.
And you guys can discuss what the next comp might be, etc.
I'm gonna call it Easter for the simple fact that, like Steph said twice already, we are not even close to the damage.
No, the damage amount is extremely low.
I'm gonna pillage this guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's wait for my turn. I'll do it. And then we can see window.
Okay.
And
Let
I
me
think everyone's taken
see.
sufficient damage that I'm good with. I'm good
Inventory.
with not making you all go unconscious and leaving you at 1
Okay.
health.
I'm gonna consume my dream potion. I go to 0,
Go ahead. Yep.
and that's it.
Okay. Kyrie's steal. I'm going to roll right now. And send me your votes for MVP.
Kyrie steals with pillage. Do you want me to make a roll die for pillage?
It would be probably useful to see it in chat, for sure.
Let's make a thing for it. We don't need this shit. Get rid of that. It should just be a d20. There we go.
I've got 2 votes for MVP.
Oh, 1 sec. What's your crit stuff, Zevara? Can I see it?
Is there? Did he leave?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, so sad. Is it because I did more damage than him?
Probably.
I can freely talk.
Yay!
Yay!
I don't want to like.
That was a good. To be honest, De Paula, I'm gonna give you praise though. Going into a fight like this, not knowing what's going on, being able to survive as long as possible is good to learn the mechanics.
Right.
So, erring on the side of double tanks, double front line, double heals, double support in a situation like this is not the end of the world. Like I'm not gonna say it was a bad decision because you came out of it knowing the whole thing because of it. So now you just need to make the adjustments and beat him. It's that simple.
Yep.
So I don't think you should be hard on yourself. I don't know if you were being hard on yourself, but what I'm telling you is, like for example, Rick, who's gonna try to get Bat Squatch right soon. I wouldn't mind. I think it'd be a good idea for Rick to err on the side of tankiness, or you know what I mean, like defensiveness, in order to learn the mechanics. So,
Well, I learned from Graha a little bit, because I tried with like we will get this the first try comp, and we just got smashed immediately when we tried Graha the first time. So, and then we did the whole tanky build the second try, and we got it on the third try.
If there's two duelists in this fight, could they both sacrifice a bonus action if they're like dueling together?
And I just say something, not to pile on to Easter too hard.
No.
But the fact that Paula beat him in damage there kind of harkens back to the whole how useful materia can be conversation.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna bring that up again?
It has.
Oh my
gosh! It has literally, very little to do with that.
I'm sorry. I'm trolling Easter. I'm trolling.
I was specifically breaking the stacks so that he would be able to do that.
I'm literally trolling.
I missed what was said.
It was a joke.
No one's piling on you, Easter. Just don't worry about it. What I'm saying is, so Rick is trolling you, yes, but he is unknowingly right in some aspects. There are black magic, arcane magic, and white magic materia that specifically do piercing, slashing damage to be able to give mages the ability to do both should they need to. For example, there's a javelin. I think it's called It's called Pearl Javelin. It's from one of the Crystal Chronicles games. It's a white magic materia that literally summons a javelin of light and throws it, and it's piercing damage. So he's trolling, but he's also kind of right. But the thing is, it's not just that. Like the whole party, and again, this was an attempt at bringing a bunch of holy people, which is a good idea in theory, unless of course the bosses that